And we begin tonight at 6 with Indiana Governor Mike Braun weighing in on the possibility of redrawing congressional district lines here in Indiana.
This comes one day after the state's top Republican leaders met with Vice President J.D. Vance here in downtown Indianapolis. Today, our State House reporter Emily Longnecker caught up with the governor when he was out at the Indiana State Fair today, and she asked some key questions. Emily.
Friday at the Indiana State Fair.
I had to have 3 cups of chocolate milk.
Governor Mike Braun took a tour of Indiana of sorts, sampling some of the food produced right here by Hoosier farmers. The visit coming at a time when the governor is contemplating whether to call for a redrawing of Indiana's map of congressional districts. Vice President J.D. Vance came to Indiana Thursday to meet with the governor, the Speaker of the House, Todd Houston, and President of the Senate, Rod Bray.
And we had a good conversation.
The governor said he expects to have more talks over the coming weeks with state lawmakers about the issue.
We think it's important to get out there and discuss it with the legislators, and that's what the Speaker and the President of the Senate's going to do, and we'll do that over the next few weeks. And they're okay with that because they want to make sure that if there are questions, they can answer them, and that it's going to get broad-based support.
Vance's visit comes as part of a much larger push for redistricting in Texas. With new maps there comes the possibility of Republicans gaining up to 5 more seats in the House. Democratic state lawmakers in Texas have left the state to avoid a vote on the proposal. Right now in Indiana, Republicans occupy 7 of the 9 congressional House seats. Democratic Congressman Andre Carson and Frank Mervan hold the remaining 2.
And then it could make more districts competitive to where they've got a chance to maybe be competitive in them. So there are pros and cons to everything. I'm going to be mostly interested to see if there's broad-based support among our own legislature and then go from there.
Former Indiana Governor Mitch Daniels published an op-ed in Politico Friday saying of redrawing the maps, quote, it would be just wrong. And, quote, people there have a right to pick the person they want. But in the same piece, Daniels accused Democrats in the past of using redistricting against Republicans, saying, quote, it's a high season for hypocrisy. Democrats here have called it a power grab, accusing the Trump administration of fearing the loss of Republican House seats in the 2026 midterms. The Constitution calls for congressional district maps to be redrawn after a census is taken every 10 years to align with population changes.
But it doesn't say you can only do that.
Whether it could happen sooner here, not something Governor Braun would say definitively yes or no. At least, not yet. Emily Longnecker, 13 News.
And this story is, of course, drawing reaction from both sides of the aisle. And we've got reaction from top Republicans and top Democrats for you to kind of sort out where you stand on this if you head to our website at WTHR.com right now.
Well, happy Friday evening to you. We're looking at nice conditions through this evening. It is on the warmer side, but this is what I wanted to start with because if you have plans for Friday evening or really through the weekend, this type of forecast is going to stay with us. Mostly clear skies. Temperatures are warm. 88 is where we sit currently. It feels like it's into the 90s. It's on the humid side, but there's so many events that are happening this evening, and I think the forecast for this evening remains dry. Those temperatures should ease into the 70s as we head through tonight. 71 for our overnight low. Tomorrow, almost identical to today. We'll take these 70s. We'll warm them back up to near 90 degrees. We'll talk about what to expect with rain chances because there are some in the 7-day forecast. I'll have a look at that for you coming up.
All right, we'll see you in a little bit, Rob. We've got some breaking news for you tonight at 6. A former IMPD officer will spend 2 decades behind bars for crimes against children.
His name is Paul Humphrey, and Mr. Humphrey will spend 20 years at the DOC for child seduction and sexual misconduct with a minor and another 2 years on probation. Police arrested Humphrey last year after a complaint to DCS, and it came from an Indianapolis high school.
Humphrey was a 24-year veteran at IMPD.
Tonight, Metro Police are searching for a man who's accused of kidnapping his ex-girlfriend earlier today at gunpoint.
This happened this morning on the far east side of Indianapolis, and it prompted a statewide silver alert. Tonight at 6, Ashton Hackman explains why this man was already wanted by police before the alleged kidnapping.
Tonight, Metro Police tell us they are looking for this man, 28-year-old Sion Wheeler. IMPD says Wheeler, armed with a gun, entered his 19-year-old ex-girlfriend's home near Franklin Road and English Avenue around 3:30 Friday morning. Police believe Wheeler abducted the woman, prompting a statewide silver alert. She was thankfully reported safe around noon Friday. The alleged kidnapping comes just days after a judge issued a warrant for Wheeler's arrest on Wednesday. Wheeler was on house arrest for a previous felony gun possession case. Court records say just before 11 Tuesday night, his ankle monitor stopped reporting his location. Several attempts to contact Wheeler through the monitor reportedly went unanswered. The Marion County Sheriff's Office tells me warrant teams did not attempt to serve the warrant against Wheeler, adding there are currently 30,000 outstanding warrants in the county and roughly 100 new ones added every day. Metro Police are asking anyone who lives near English Avenue and Franklin Road to check their security video between 3 and 4 Friday morning. Reporting on the Far East side of Indianapolis, Ashton Hackman, 13 News.
It is a project now years in the making that definitely is going to change the way we get around downtown. And it starts in phases coming Monday morning. The Michigan and New York two-way conversion project will finally open.
Our Marina Silva tonight is taking a look at some of the new safety additions there.
For as long as anyone can remember, this part of Michigan Street has been one way. Well, now construction's complete and it'll be a two-way, with also having this median separating the bike lane.
The $16.8 million project converted New York Street and Michigan Street from one-way roads to two-way traffic between College Avenue and Ellenberger Park, and it all starts on Monday. It's aimed at improving safety on these roads for not only drivers but cyclists and pedestrians too. Construction started in 2024, but the project is years in the making, with many neighbors pushing for the improvements. While the official ribbon cutting was Friday morning, the change in traffic flow starts Monday and Tuesday.
We are preparing to begin opening this corridor to two-way traffic. On Monday, New York Street will open to two-way traffic. The next day, Michigan Street will open to two-way traffic, starting at the west end at Highland Avenue and ending at the east end at East Pleasant Run Parkway on Tuesday.
It's also expected to improve safety for those getting on or off an Indy Go bus. Reporting in Indianapolis, Marina Silva, 13 News.
A heads up now for drivers on the south side. A portion of I-65 will close for the weekend, and that's going to happen in just a few hours from now, starting at 9. At that time, the southbound lanes will close between I-465 and the South Split as crews continue to work on the drainage project there.
All of the ramps between Keystone and Raymond will also close. The road will reopen Monday morning at 6. Traffic will be detoured using I-465 and I-70.
An unfortunate bad news update for the Indiana Fever on this Friday night. The injuries are continuing to pile up for the team.
Yeah, the team announcing a short time ago that both Ari McDonald and Sydney Colson are going to miss the rest of this season. Both of those players were injured during last night's game against the Phoenix Mercury. Sydney Colson left the game in the first quarter. We now know she tore her ACL.
It was later in the same game that Ari was fighting around a screen, and she gets a steal before getting fouled on the fast break and then started limping off the court immediately after. She will miss the rest of the season. She has a broken bone in her right foot.
Still to come on this Friday night, a Delaware County family turning lemons into lemonade for a good cause.
We have the diagnosis for a young child, now spreading awareness while also inspiring Indiana. Rob?
Temperatures near 90 expected to continue through the weekend. We're also talking some rain chances. They're going to hold off a bit, but I'll let you know if they'll impact that weekend coming up.
Plus, millions of dollars for our city could be at stake tonight if a new proposal is passed.
Well, Indianapolis Mayor Joe Hogsett says that letting city workers live outside of Marion County is something we can't afford right now.